is the Module 8 introduction video. So far in the course, we started out by looking at categorical variables, and we looked at summarizing them both numerically in tables, as well as summarizing them visually. Last week we started looking at quantitative variables, and we saw how to visualize them visually, and we primarily focused on the creation of histograms. And this week we're going to continue looking at summarizing quantitative variables, and specifically we're going to look at summarizing them numerically. So you're going to look at things like mean, standard deviation, median, IQR, things like that. So when you get to the software assignment for this module, you're going to start out by looking at how to summarize those quantitative variables that way and formatting them into tables. So throughout the coursework this week, you're going to look at some different examples of tables and how to format them. And I'm going to have you format them very similarly for the software assignment. And so a note with tables, remember we're going to use software to get the values for the tables, but the tables themselves will be formatted in Word or whatever other software you're using to write your documents. The other thing that I'm going to have you do this week is we're going to start looking at what we call bivariate associations. So bivariate means an association between two variables, or a relationship between two variables. And often in public health, that's really what we're going to be interested in, are bivariate or multivariate summaries. And so to start out by looking at bivariate summaries, what I'm going to have you do is I'm going to have you look at a categorical variable that takes two values. So let's say yes or no, for example. And then you're going to look at the quantitative summary for a different variable at each of those levels. Now for these summaries, I haven't included this in the video this week for your software assignment. Instead, what I'd like you to do is there's an additional module in Canvas that's just for help with R and one for help with SAS. And so the goal here is I'm going to give you the code, and you're going to see if you can edit it to do what you need. And of course, I'm going to help you if you need this. So this is just going to be one step further than before, where I gave you the code with the video. For these small pieces, I'm just going to give you the code. Being able to look at some code that someone gives you and make small changes to it is an important skill to have, and you're starting to build that skill in this course. And so this is just kind of that next step. And of course, if you need help, I will be there to help you. The other thing we're going to do this week is we're going to talk more about that idea of weighting. So previously when you wrote your introductions, you saw that for this course we're going to be using the unweighted data, but we're going to be using the unweighted data, but we know that weighting is important. And so you're going to start looking at why weighting is important and kind of think about what kind of bias could be introduced into your data analysis if the data is left as unweighted. So that's another assignment you're going to look at this week. So as always, I just want to emphasize at any point that you have questions, I'm more than happy to help you. Just let me know. You've been doing a great job of using the discussion board, so keep that up, and I hope that you have a wonderful week.